What's up, amigos? Welcome to the Ink Builder. Today I'm going to show you guys how I register a multicolored print job, so don't go anywhere. Alright amigos, first things first. The first thing that I use to help me to register are these lines that I have here in the palette. I actually got this from the cat. So I'll leave a link to his video where he actually explains these lines, how to draw them. That won't have to explain it here. So yeah, so these are the first things that I use when registering. This is where I've actually placed my film, where I want it to go. It's pretty easy right here. Then all I do is tape it down. Where's my tape band? So I got my screen, and I'm going to start with the black. It doesn't really matter which color you start off with, but it depends on you. So I grab the first screen. So yeah, so. And right now it's all just being having patience and looking at it. And unfortunately, I don't have any micros on my press. So my micros are these little tabs here, so yeah. Now, I do have registration marks, but when I talked to Maestro, he has told me that yeah, they do help out, but it's better to focus on the actual design, because you might have the registration marks perfect, but probably the artwork might be a little bit off. So it's more important to actually focus on the artworks than the actual registration marks. But that might be different for in other cases, because again, we print our films on banana, which is basically a paper. So if you print it probably with an inkjet printer, it's gonna get like wrinkly, because inkjet is water ink and the paper is paper, so all it's gonna crumble. And since the burn has screen printing film, that's what's the problem. But anyways, so yeah, so me personally, I focus more on the actual design and not the registration mark. But that might be different on you guys, because you probably do have a good printer with good films, and like they say, that having good films helps out a lot when registering, as well as your actual print. So anyway, so here. Okay, so I put it where it's good. Just making sure it doesn't move. Kind of did move, so. Okay, next color. So I'm going to do the green this time. Again, again making sure that it didn't move. But looking at it, it is kind of off. Make more adjustments to it. Ouch. Okay, I believe we're good. Next color, the yellow. Okay, this is when it really helps out. That you stroke your design, because the last thing you want to do is for it to be butt to butt. It'll make it more difficult to register, but Especially if you don't have any micros, man. I don't have micros, so having butt to butt is pretty hard for me. Okay, now it's time to actually do a test print just to double check that it is registered, because right now it might look perfect, but when you're actually printing, that's when you actually know if it's perfect or not. Time to add the glue, the adhesive. Now, if you're starting out, I highly recommend you actually get liquid adhesive and not the spray, because the liquid adhesive will cost about the same as the spray, but it will last you a lot more. For example, here in Mexico, the little spray is like 100 something pesos. The liquid costs the same, and it's a liter, and it'll last you a long time, man. Okay, now me, usually what I do is I start with the lightest color, but that all depends on you. Okay, now you can actually print the other color on top of it, but think of this. Imagine if it's not really registered, you're going to have to move the shirt and do another test print. So what I end up doing is actually I end up covering it with tape. That way, in case it's not registered the next color, I could just wipe it off and do the print all over again. And I just use regular packaging tape. Pretty cheap, so there you are. Okay, so just cover it up. Okay, we're ready for the next color. This is the green. I have to chill that right there. So I'm looking at it. Let's see if you can tell. So it looks good. So I'm gonna leave it that way. Now it's time for the black. I'm gonna again cover it up with tape. Okay, last color, black. Okay, there you go. Actually got a perfect registration this time. Sorry about the bad camera angle. See, it looks pretty good. Now, in case it wasn't perfect, again, in case if it wasn't perfect, all you have to do was wipe it off. So in case it wasn't perfect, wipe it off, make your little adjustments, and print all over again until you get it perfect. This is a good, using the tape is a good way, because before I started using the tape, I used to print, wasn't good, moving more the shirt, print it all over again, it'll take forever. And this little method is a lot faster, man. See that? Wipe. And print. That's it. And now for the actual print. Okay, so it's actually for the actual print to make sure it doesn't hit the camera. Okay. There you go. Okay, so I don't have any room for our test print, so I'm going to use a regular paper towel. Might not be the perfect idea, but just so you guys can visualize my print. Again, you saw my last video where I explained where this part right here, when I printed the first film, I actually made this line too thin. So I ended up printing another one where it was more thicker. I actually gave it an extra stroke. That way registering would be a lot easier, because if I would have done that, it would have literally been butt to butt. And since I don't have micros, making those little tiny adjustments is too much of a problem. So I decided to stroke it, which made it easier. As well here, the first time I had this green around, going all the way around, but this time I actually cut it out. I actually stroked the black. That way, I wanted to actually have the yellow and the black really like butt to butt. I just made the black a little bit. I had an extra stroke to the black. That way, I'll cover up the yellow. I won't have those little small gaps of white. So that helped out a lot. See that? This is what I mean. This was the original film that I printed for the black. See? Real thin. And this is the new one that I made the adjustment. So it helped out a lot. Alright amigos, so that's how I register my multicolor print jobs. And for this, you're gonna have to have patience, man, because when you're first starting out, it's gonna take you a long time to register. But as you print more and more time you have experience with it, you'll get better at it. I remember the first time I did the shirt, I literally took like half an hour just to register my screens. And literally I was like getting mad because I couldn't get it right, perfect. But this time, you saw right now, did it the first time registering with the film on the palette. Did my first test print, it was perfect. And you saw my last video, it wasn't perfect. I had to remove the black just a little bit, but again, it was pretty fast compared to my first time registering this print. Big difference and big improvement. So be patient at the beginning. It's not going to be perfect the first time, but just think later on with the more experience, you're going to be better at it. And again, your film is going to help out a lot when registering. Like I mentioned, this is my first one. This was too thin. I added a stroke to it. Made it a lot easier to register because I don't have to deal with butt to butt. Especially since I don't have micros on my press. Literally my micros are just me tapping the wood screen. So having butt to butt for me is real difficult. But I'm kind of getting better at it. And for those who haven't seen one of my videos where I actually showed the maestro registering his screens, you gotta check it out, man, because this guy registers his screens just eyeballing, man. He doesn't have any lines on his palette, nor does he have any registration marks on his screens. Literally, all he does is place this blank, grabs the first screen, prints, grabs the second screen, and starts just eyeballing it, tightens it up, and just prints right away. And literally, this guy gets it perfect almost every single time, which is really impressive. Even with the CMYK prints, he doesn't relabel his films. This is cyan, this is magenta. He already knows just by looking at it, so that takes years of experience to get that good. Hopefully, one day I get to that point. So if you haven't checked out the video, make sure to check it out right now. I'll leave the link below in the description. So yeah, so I guess that's all for today's video. Just answering a question that someone asked me in my last video about the way I register. And I still haven't make a video about the way I cure my shirts, as well as doing with halftones. And if you guys have any other suggestions of a video you guys want me to make, just leave in the comments below, or you could message me through Facebook, Instagram. Any of those platforms will be good. But make sure to follow me and subscribe to the YouTube channel, because it helps me out a lot, and I appreciate all the love you guys are giving to me. Man, again, I gotta work on my ending, man. I don't know what to say. But anyways, I'll see you guys next time.